28th, 2022. As a reminder, this is a public meeting and is being recorded. For those of you calling in, please ensure that you have muted your phone line by pressing *6. Thank you. I guess first we will start out with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Before I get into National Zoo Month, and I was like deciding on if I was going to say anything this morning, but I can't let this moment pass, especially since we just said the Pledge of Allegiance. So, I'll take a moment of personal privilege to mention, and I know it's not lost on any of us, the ruling that came down last week. Two rulings, one on Thursday about overturning New York's gun law, which is problematic and will be problematic for our citizens, but then also Roe versus Wade, which sent I would say, I guess, authority back to the states and to the people and to the representatives on abortion and women's right to choose. And, it will have an impact on us and our neighbors here already is having an impact on us and our neighbors here in Franklin County, and will be a drain on county resources as we think about children's services, Adam age, and mental health. But I just want to talk about, since we just said the Pledge of Allegiance, and we are a nation that is divided. And then we talk about liberty. And if we just even look at the definition of liberty, that talks about the state of being free within society from oppressive restrictions imposed by authority on one's way of life, behavior, political views, and just hearing from our neighbors in this short amount of time, they definitely feel like they are being impacted in a number of ways. And so I just want to remind our neighbors here in Franklin County that, I could speak for, I think I can speak for my colleagues in there on, they could speak for themselves, that we, we'll do everything that we can to make sure that people still have access, at least here in the county, for our employees. And as we deal with what's going on, it's a lot. So take advantage of our mental health resources, take time for self-care. I'm not here to debate abortion or anything like that. People know where I stand, but what I care about is people's mental health and well-being during this time. And so I just want to underscore that, and probably we'll talk about it more at a later date. So anyways, didn't want this moment to pass without acknowledging it.
Madam President, may I add something?
Absolutely.
Thank you. And you really said it all that there is to say about this broader public policy discussion. As county commissioners, we have to adhere to what the state law is, that is the governing body that essentially we respond to or acknowledge or controls us. If there were checks and balances, it would be the legislature for the county commissions. So we can't control what the Supreme Court just did, and then thereafter what the state does with regards to legislation. However, what we can control, Madam President, to my colleague, Commissioner O'Grady, is we can control the type of benefits and resources that we provide to women. We can control the type of reproductive services and maternity services that enhance a woman's life and that can assist in their journey in whatever the situation is. And so we'll have to, my proposal is that we counter this decision in the actions thereof with the legislature, with really doubling down on our benefits and resources that we provide for women and for families. And I think it's a place that we can control. It's a place that we can really make a mark, and we can set the bar high, because we can change the conversation in this topic and that's where we can control. And so I want to urge us to begin to think about what we can do from a benefit standpoint for women and families, where we can enhance it and really just go to the next level. Again, I think Commissioner Crawley, you said it all from a public policy conversation standpoint. There's work that we can do to advocate at that level. But in the meantime, I want to challenge our administrator and our HR folks to really rethink the type of benefits that we provide, and let's go deeper. Let's go longer. Let's go stronger. Let's go harder in the paint with this and take it on in a way that's never been done before, because we're Franklin County. We have the ability to affect that in a way that, in terms of a resource for our families and our women, the women that work for the county, we can change the conversation at that level. That's the part that we can control. And I just want to urge us to huddle up and begin to rethink those benefits in that way, so that we can support women and families better than we are today. Not that we're doing a bad job today, but I think we should have a conversation about going to the next level.
So I appreciate both my colleagues on these topics. And I sit back, and as a county commissioner, where we don't have a whole lot of authority in these matters, but we do have a voice. And I think to myself, while we don't have a lot of authority, we are thought leaders, we are opinion leaders, we are political leaders. And I watch as a lot of men, in particular white men, but a lot of men make a lot of decisions on these issues, in particular reproductive rights, but also in the area of gun rights, but certainly as it relates to reproductive rights. And I wonder, what is it that I can do as a county commissioner? What is it that we can do as county commissioners in Franklin County? We are the largest county in Ohio. We are some of the most influential political leaders, not only in central Ohio, but in Ohio. And what we can do is we can support the women and the residents of Franklin County, the women in our lives, by being opinion leaders, by being thought leaders, by being policy leaders in this regard, and all the things that Commissioner Crowley and Commissioner Boyce just mentioned. They're crucial things for us to do, letting our opinions be known, sharing our opinions with other elected officials, with the media, with the residents of the county, whether they agree with us or they don't, but making sure that our voices are heard on these topics. They're just too impactful to too large of a segment of our population. And standing in support of the residents of Franklin County and the women of Franklin County every day on these topics is an important thing for us to do. And so making sure that we are not only acting on their behalf, but speaking on their behalf, and making sure that our voices are heard is an important thing, especially on topics that are this crucial and this controversial, but at the same time, this important. So.
Thank you. I know Administrator Wilson had something that he wanted to say.
Thank you, President Crowley, Commissioner Boyce, Commissioner O'Grady, Kenneth Wilson, County Administrator. Commissioner Boyce, as County Administrator, I do accept that challenge to look deeper, to look at what county administration can do, to look at our benefit package and look at whatever areas we can enhance what we offer in response to what the landscape looks like in light of this ruling. We will look and do everything that we can within our legislative abilities. There are some limitations on what we can do, but what we will ask all the tough questions and look at expanding the benefit offering for our female employees and all of their female dependents. We can be progressive. We can be more progressive. I'm confident of that because you all as a Board of Commissioners have enhanced abilities as far as fringe benefit offerings for our employees. So I'm confident that there are some things we can do to enhance the benefit package, particularly in response to what the landscape looks like. We're committed to do that. I'm confident that my colleagues in county administration and the staff of Thrive On and our benefits department and HR, we will lock arms and determine what we can do. Once we determine what the landscape looks like, I commit to take on this challenge as a husband, as a father, as a brother, on both a personal and a professional level. Thank you.
Thank you. It definitely feels good to have, as I'm among men who just spoke, to have allies. It matters. And, I spoke the other day, or tweeted out, that I come from ancestors who did not have bodily autonomy and agency, and is a visceral effect. And so for no other reason to have men especially speak out and support women in their lives personally and professionally, it definitely makes a difference. So we know that we're not in this alone. Thank you.
Commissioner, can I add one other thing?
Absolutely.
One other thing I would add would be that, there's a time to be silent. There's a time when, it's time to fight another day. This isn't that time. Being silent on this issue, being silent in this moment is not the right thing to do. Voices need to be heard right now. Believe me, having grown up in a Catholic community in this town, struggled with this issue for a long time, and then once I no longer struggled with this issue, got beat up on this issue for a long time. This issue, LGBT rights and freedom to marry rights and a lot of other issues that I've been beat up by my Catholic community for over the years. There are times when it's not time to be silent, and this is one of those times.
Thank you. So we will go on to recognizing National Zoo and Aquarium Month. National Zoo and Aquarium Month is celebrated annually in June to honor zoos and aquariums' role in the conservation and research of animals and aquatic life. Zoos provide the ability for families to span the world in a day, viewing extraordinary, exotic, colorful species from all corners of the globe. The first American zoo started in 1874 in Philadelphia to care for wildlife, and the expansion of zoos everywhere has become a fixture in communities, delivering a hands-on learning environment for families to create memories. Zoos provide a local view of majestic animals and exotic fish that many could have never seen otherwise. It also encourages many youth to study related fields such as biology or animal science and become involved in environmental justice and conservation efforts. Zoos and aquariums also provide a safe haven for endangered species to protect them from extinction, and the health and the wildlife is intertwined to the health of our environment, and zoos help raise awareness about the need for balanced ecosystems and understanding the human impact on the environment. These reasons and more are why we recognize June as National Zoo and Aquarium Month. Thank you. And if I could get approval of the minutes for the June 21st, 2022 general session.
So move. You're muted, Commissioner Grady.
Second, yeah, it's a good thing because I was trying to move approval too. So.
Oh, well, no, you moved in. It is your turn. So I just.
That's okay. Go ahead.
Then no, I'll second. I'll second.
All right.
Clerk.
See how magnanimous we can all be.
Madam Clerk, I will take the second role in that.
I will move
motion.
approval of the minutes.
Second.
Moved and seconded voting.
You're like, how did I get in the middle of this?
Commissioner O'Grady.
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce,
Yes.
Commissioner Crawley.
Yes.
Thank you. The minutes have been approved.
Thank you. First up, we have domestic relations.
Resolution number 48622, resolution authorizing a contract extension with Action for Children for parenting seminars in the amount of $39,672.60.
Good morning, Commissioners. Barb Reeves, Deputy Director. This resolution with Action for Children provides parenting seminars for parents seeking a divorce, legal separation, annulment, or the allocation of parental rights. This contract was originally bid through the Purchasing Department in 2018. This resolution is requesting a contract extension for 1 year. The rate remains unchanged at $1,322.42 per seminar. The annual cost of these seminars are $39,672.60, which is offset by a $22 filing fee paid for these seminars. Pending any questions, the court requests the approval of this resolution.
If there are no comments or questions, I will move approval of resolution 48622.
Second.
Moved and seconded voting, Commissioner O'Grady,
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce,
Yes.
Commissioner Crawley.
Yes.
Resolution number 48622 has been adopted.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next, we have the engineer.
Resolution number 48722, resolution awarding contract and approving contract bond to Shelley and Sands Incorporated for the 2022 Franklin County Township Resurfacing Program in the amount of $3,549,310.35.
Good morning, Commissioners.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Cornell Robertson, Franklin County Engineer, reporting live from Studio A out on Wagner Road.
Welcome. from
Commissioners,
Studio A.
thank you. Commissioners, this first resolution, as you heard, is for our Franklin County Township Resurfacing Program. This is an annual program, very important. This particular program includes about 100 roadways spread out over 12 townships. And Commissioners, you know that sometimes motorists complain of potholes. However, those potholes are very seldom on county or township roads because of programs like this. And it's programs like this that would suffer if we have a gas tax holiday that we've heard about in the news recently. So I would be a proponent for not having a gas tax holiday because these programs are so important. That being said, I respectfully request your approval of this resolution.
If there are no comments or questions, I'll move approval of resolution 48722.
Second.
Moved and seconded voting, Commissioner O'Grady,
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce,
Yes.
Commissioner Crawley.
Yes.
Resolution number 48722 has been adopted. Resolution number 48822, report second of the Franklin County Engineer establishing sums of compensation for a portion of the owners of property abutting the Norton Road, County Road number 3, and Crop Road, Grove City Road, County Road number 135 Improvement Project, Pleasant Township, Franklin County, Ohio, in the amount of $70,592.
Commissioners, this capital improvement project is in the southwest part of the county in Pleasant Township at the intersection of Norton Road, Crop Road, and Grove City Road. This is a collaborative project with the Ohio Department of Transportation. We are able to utilize federal funding through the safety program, and we plan to build a single-lane roundabout at this intersection. This particular resolution is the second report for right-of-way acquisition, includes one property, and the appraisal is based on fair market value. If you have any questions, I'd be happy to address those, but otherwise, I request your approval.
If there are no comments or questions, I'll move approval of resolution 48822.
Second.
Moved and seconded voting, Commissioner O'Grady,
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce,
Yes.
Commissioner Crawley.
Yes.
Resolution number 48822 has been adopted.
Thank you all very much. Have a great day.
You too. Thank
too.
you. Next, we have Franklin County Data Center.
Resolution number 48922, resolution authorizing an amendment to the agreement with OAR Net for switch-based internet connection in the amount of $84,780.
Good morning, Julie Lest with the Franklin County Data Center. This resolution is for an agreement amendment with The Ohio State University on behalf of our current internet supplier, Ornet. It is to provide services at the Columbus Convention Center at 2 gigabytes per second, and also allows burst up to 10 gigabytes per second. We began supplying this service last year, and this is the agreement with Ornet for those services. The burst will allow the convention center to accommodate much larger capacity events than it has in the past, and those that require extreme internet capability. 100% of this cost is reimbursed to Franklin County, and pending any questions, I respectfully request your approval of this resolution.
If there are no comments or questions, I'll move approval of Resolution 489-22.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting. Commissioner O'Grady?
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce?
Yes.
Commissioner Crawley?
Yes.
Resolution number 489-22 has been adopted.
Thank you, Commissioners.
Thank you. Have a good one. Next up, we have Office on Aging.
Resolution number 490-22. Resolution declaring it necessary to renew a tax levy in excess of the 10 mil limitation and requesting the auditor to certify the total current tax valuation of Franklin County and the dollar amount of revenue generated by the tax levy.
Good morning, Commissioners. Zach Telerik with the Office of Management and Budget, and I'm also a member of the Human Services Levy Review Committee. After a thorough analysis of the Franklin County Office on Aging levy request, the committee concurs and recommends that the Board of Commissioners place a renewal of the existing 5-year, 1.75 mil levy on the November 8th, 2022 ballot. The renewal levy would commence in 2022 and first be collected in calendar year 2023. As a renewal, there will be no additional costs to taxpayers with the renewal levy. A homeowner of a $100,000 owner-occupied house currently pays $41.13 annually for the senior services levy. A copy of the committee's detailed report that supports the recommendation was sent to your offices on June 15th. With the successful passage of this levy, the Office on Aging will be able to maintain quality services for the seniors of Franklin County who need them. The resolution presented today declares it necessary to levy a tax in excess of the 10 mil limitation and requests the certification of estimated resources from the county auditor. This is required before the Commissioners may consider the ballot language to place the issue on the ballot for November 8th, and that resolution would be presented pending your approval today in a couple weeks. So pending any questions, would respectfully request your approval of this resolution.
Well, I am certainly glad that we've got all this work done, and thankful for the Levy Review Committee. Zach, thankful for all your hard work on this, and anxious to get this levy passed in the fall. I don't know if my colleagues have anything they wanted to add.
No,
Nope.
but the Office on
Nope.
Aging, oh, go ahead, Commissioner.
No, I didn't have any. I was saying, no, I don't have anything to add.
Oh, okay, I didn't know if the Office on Aging had anything that they wanted to add since you're here.
Good morning, Commissioners and County Administration. Shonda Wingo, Interim Director for Office on Aging. I believe Zach covered much of the major points. As I accept this new role, I am very excited and look forward to the opportunity to serve in this role. And this levy is very important to the work that we have ahead of us and all of the plans that we have outlined in our strategic action plan. So thank you.
Absolutely, and I just, want to echo what Commissioner O'Grady already said about, really being happy and, applaud the work of the committee for everything that they've done to get to this point and get to November. But we know that these dollars absolutely makes a difference for our aging community and those who take care of them. I did a interview recently with a news station to talk about the resources that are provided from these levy dollars, and have had a number of communications with our residents taking advantage of the services that some people didn't know that were available until they saw the news station. So we already know we have work to do there, and Shonda, you're already on it, getting the word out in using other resources that we hadn't before to make sure that every resident knows about the services available through our Office on Aging. And so just congratulations on your new role as interim, and thank you for all the work that you all do, you and your staff, to really take care of our aging. So thank you.
Well, if there are no further comments or questions, I will move for passage of Resolution 490-22.
Second.
Moved and seconded voting. Commissioner O'Grady?
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce?
Yes.
Commissioner Crawley?
Yes.
Resolution number 490-22 has been adopted.
Thank you. Have a great day. Next up, we have community partnerships.
Resolution number 491-22. Resolution authorizing a COVID-19 recovery grant with The Ohio State University on behalf of its cooperative extension to fund the Urban Roots Exploration Experience for Urban Youth Program in the amount of $115,779.
Good morning, Commissioners and County Administration. I'm Curtis Brown, Community Partnerships Coordinator. This resolution will be providing a COVID-19 recovery grant in the amount of $115,779 to OXU Extension to provide hands-on and immersive learning opportunities that focus on food, agriculture, the environment, and related technologies. The program will benefit youth from the urban core of Franklin County. We have several guests from OSU here with us this morning to answer any questions the commissioners may have. And our guests that we have are Dr. Jacqueline Kirby Wilkins, who's the Associate Dean and Director of OSU Extension. We have Stacy Burbage, who is the Program Coordinator and Community Catalyst for OSU Extension Franklin County. Solomon Garner, OSU Extension graduate student. Yolanda Owens, who's the Pathways and Partnership Strategist for the College of Food, Agriculture, and Environmental Sciences. Trudy Bartley, who is the Associate Vice President of Local Government and Community Relations at The Ohio State University. Adam Ward, Director of Government Affairs. And virtually joining us, we have Dr. Julie Fox, who's the Director of Strategic Initiatives and Urban Engagement with OSU Extension. If there are any questions, as I said, we have our guests from OSU here with us this morning, but if there are no questions or comments, I respectfully request the passing of this resolution.
So you guys brought the entire team.
Almost.
Yeah, they're here and with us. So if you want to add, because I know this is a new program.
Yeah,
for OSU.
if we could, thank you,
Absolutely.
Commissioners and County Administration. It's an absolute pleasure to be here in person, to thank you for your ongoing partnership, funding, and support for OSU Extension, and particularly in the case of extending this engagement through this Urban Roots program. It was wonderful to hear the authenticity that you had this morning in the demonstration of care and compassion for families and communities. And that's what we always intend to do through OSU Extension as the primary outreach and engagement arm of The Ohio State University and with our land grant mission. This initiative in particular, I know has been your vision, President Crawley, and we want to thank you for that vision and the support of the commissioners in our efforts to move something like this forward. It's so exciting to see youth really identify their spark for the things that interest them, and in this case, in particular, around agricultural natural resources. We, like you, again, I was enjoying the camaraderie among your team this morning, and that's exactly what we have with OSU Extension. And so we brought a wonderful team of people from Franklin County here who, like you all, are committed to youth, families, and communities, and in particular today with a focus on pathways for youth. I'd like to introduce, as they stand up and say just a little bit about what brought them to understand their passions, if I could, and then how they're excited about helping youth find their passion as well.
If they could just come over to the microphone so everybody online can hear.
Good morning. I'm Stacy Burbidge, a program coordinator with OSU Extension Franklin County. I want to say that I'm very grateful for this funding that you have provided for this program. I have over 20 years of experience in building relations with community, parents, families, and youth. We're ready to hit the ground running. And once again, I want to say I'm grateful, and I wish you all a great rest of your summer.
Thank you.
Good morning. I'm Solomon, and I'm also grateful for this opportunity, and I guess I'm trying to figure out exactly how to word how I found my passion for youth. It started with working with youth, actually at the Franklin County Detention Facility, working with a lady named Kate Wilson, and what she planted in me, I then learned that the same resources that are needed to help a youth find their vision, you can learn that in many different ways, and agriculture is one way to do that. It's a way to see yourself actually grow and be a fruit of labor, and what that looks like. And so I think that's why I'm excited about this program, because not only did that work for me by being a part of OSU, but I can see that working for other youth, especially being from the Columbus area, specifically the West Side, being able to see how agriculture fits in different facets as well. So I think that's what has helped spark my passion for this program as well. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good morning, commissioners and county administration. My name is Yolanda Owens, and I'm really excited about this program in my new role as Pathways and Partnerships Strategist. Having grown up in Franklin County in Central Ohio, a product of Columbus City Schools, being able to understand what we do within the College of Food, Agricultural, and Environmental Sciences and the connections to the world around us was something that I found at a fairly young age. And to be able to introduce that to other young people through programs like Urban Roots is very exciting to me, to be able to share that passion with others, especially in the work that we're doing within the college. And we talk about how we sustain life. And so being able to introduce that concept to these young people and to show them that agriculture is not just about plows, cows, and sows, right? But there's this space of innovation and technology and how it connects to not only the food that we eat, but the fiber and the clothes that we wear and the fuel that's even in our cars. And so being able to have this opportunity, I really appreciate you, President Crawley, for the introduction of saying this is what you want to do and allowing us the space to be able to grow and create such a program. So thank you.
Absolutely, thank you. And there's, I didn't know if, I know Ms. Fox is on, I didn't know if she had anything that she wanted to say before we wrap. Oh.
Thank you. I echo the team's sentiments. I think this extends our longstanding partnership between county commissioners and OSU Extension. And it's exciting to see your ideas and vision develop in this way. And I think this is just the beginning. So thank you all for the opportunity to visit with you today.
Absolutely, thank you. And I would just say I'm excited about this program. It is a two-part program. It's like a year-long program to really engage youth and families and provide opportunities to our youth that quite frankly wouldn't probably otherwise have these opportunities. And I want to say thank you to my staff, Autumn Mitchell, who really spearheaded this, especially in working with OSU. But I want to say thank you to my colleagues, Commissioner O'Grady and Commissioner Boyce and administration for supporting this program. It is an extension of the work that they were already doing before I got here. Commissioner O'Grady has been really involved in, in food and urban gardens and all of those great things. We just had another initiative just launched a couple weeks ago. And then Commissioner Boyce is just always, especially for our young men and Black men, providing opportunities to them and helping them, forge a path forward. And so this is just another extension of the work that was already done or being done before I got here. But I'm excited to partner with you all and establish my own relationship with OSU and the extension. And, I want to say one thing about one of the people that I follow who's pretty popular, and if you don't know her, her name is Alexis Nicole. She is a James Beard Award recipient, and I know she has a relationship with OSU, but Black woman who is a forager and a champion for environmental science, and she always talks about being a nerd, but also for like Black girls who look like her to have these opportunities. And she probably has 1 million followers on Instagram right now, but is a teacher. And so I want our youth to be able to see themselves in her and others. And my team and I were just at the zoo, and since it's National Zoo and Aquarium Month, we were with the new CEO there, and we were talking about what they're trying to do with youth, and we mentioned this program, and he was hoping that the kids could help with a hydroponic garden and have grow lettuce, because their manatees eat lettuce, a lot of lettuce every day. So if you ever go see the manatees, and you'll see nothing but lettuce leaves floating, and they fight over lettuce. And so I was like, you know what? I will make sure we make that connection. I think we can get it done. So anyways, with that, I'll just say again, thank you to you all for being willing to be a partner. And I'm really grateful to my colleagues, Commissioner O'Grady and Commissioner Boyce, and to administration, and to my team. Thank you so much.
So this is just another great example of the fantastic partnership that we have with OSU Extension and the College of Food, Agriculture, and Environmental Sciences at Ohio State, and the great work that we've been doing with them over the years. The manatee at the zoo, Commissioner Crowley, they eat a ton of lettuce, and it's kind of fun. We went up I don't know, it's been 3-4 years ago, but we went up, and my oldest son's a big manatee freak, and he got to feed the manatee the lettuce, and so just a great memory there. But this is a great marriage, though, of two different types of programs that we've been running over the years, and that's what's so great about you putting this together, Commissioner Crowley, and you and your staff working on this. That and the fact that you kind of came in and hit the ground running on this type of a project. So it's just it's credit to you and to your team on this. The other thing I should say, while we have OSU Extension and the CFAS on the call this morning, is I got to tell a quick story. A couple years back, 2018, did a trip to Spain, and I can see Dr. Fox is getting a little nervous about me telling a story about it. But Dr. Fox went to Spain with Council President Hardin and myself and a bunch of other folks for a Sister Cities tour, but also an economic development mobility tour, where we also toured and got to see a lot of the food production in the Andalusia region of Spain. And it's pretty interesting to go to Spain with a woman who's a vegetarian, and then have so many people eating so much jamón ibérico all around her at every meal. And so, it was a credit to her that she was able to survive all that, because, we had a couple people that were literally eating their weight in jamón ibérico, and she did a great job. But we had a great trip, made a lot of great connections, learned a lot about mobility and transportation on that trip, learned a lot about, a lot of things that they have going on in that region of Spain. We saw Madrid and Malaga and our sister city of Sevilla. And so it was a great partnership, and appreciate Ohio State for sending Dr. Fox along with us.
Absolutely. So if you all don't have any additional comments, I know Commissioner.
If there are no further comments or questions, I will move approval of Resolution 491-22.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting. Commissioner O'Grady.
Yes.
Commissioner Crawley.
Yes.
Resolution number 491-22 has been adopted.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Have a great day.
Resolution number 492-22. Resolution authorizing an amendment and extension of COVID-19 recovery grant with Alvis Incorporated for $2,340,000.
This resolution is providing a contract extension and amendment to Alvis regarding their expansion on Allen Creek totaling $2,340,000. This larger facility on Allen Creek will increase their capacity to serve residents from 280 to 350. If there are no questions or comments, I respectfully request the approval of this resolution.
There are no comments or questions. I'll move approval of resolution 49221.
It's 49222, Commissioner.
Wrong year.
I'm sorry, what did I say? 390, I'm sorry, 490. I'll move approval of resolution 49222. 49222.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting Commissioner O'Grady,
Yes.
Commissioner Crawley.
Yes.
Resolution number 49222 has been adopted.
Thank you, Commissioners.
Thank you, Curtis. Have a great day. Next, we have Economic Development and Planning.
Resolution number 49322. Resolution authorizing a COVID-19 recovery grant agreement with Columbus Housing Partnership Incorporated, doing business as Homeport, for down payment assistance in the amount of $250,000.
Morning, Commissioners. Director Jim Schimmer. I'm pleased to introduce my colleague, Sierra Ferris, who's going to take you through this resolution this morning. Sierra's been doing a good job with community development activities as we move forward. We'll also mention to you happily that Janae Crosby started this week as our community development administrator, but I personally want to thank Sierra for the work that she's done. With that, Sierra, would you lead us through this resolution?
Yes, thank you, Jim. Good morning, Commissioners. My name is Sierra Ferris, and I am the Senior Program Coordinator for Community Development at Economic Development and Planning. I'm proud to bring forward this resolution today to support the county in its endeavor in funding organizations dedicated to delivering meaningful assistance to Franklin County residents, and specifically in the county's goal to provide solutions for our affordable housing crisis. Homeport is a nonprofit housing developer, which also equips thousands of Central Ohioans with the foundational skills needed for successful home ownership. Since its inception, Homeport has focused on expanding affordable housing options for Franklin County citizens and invests in the county's most economically neglected neighborhoods. Homeport has participated in the development, sale, or preservation of more than 4,000 units of housing in Central Ohio. Homeport will continue to address issues of affordable housing by providing down payment assistance to low and moderate income households. Having a stable, affordable house will be one of many key social determinants of health needed to be able to recover from the recent economic recession caused by the COVID pandemic. Homeport is committed to closing the housing gap for low to moderate income individuals, families, and seniors, making 100% or less of the area median income, with a special emphasis on residents making 60% or less, which is $56,220 for a family of 4 currently. And the understanding that providing a roof over someone's head is only the start of a stronger home, Homeport surrounds its residents with comprehensive support to promote long-term stability and health. Down payment assistance for first-time homebuyers will stabilize households. The First-Time Homebuyer Down Payment Assistance and Homebuyer Counseling Program will be a partnership between Homeport and Franklin County that will benefit low-income Franklin County residents. 15 low and moderate income households will receive down payment assistance up to $15,000 per household. Homeport will serve these households attempting to recover from the economic recession while providing much-needed housing services with their First-Time Homebuyer Down Payment Assistance Program. Funding from Franklin County will be used for direct down payment assistance and housing counseling. The agreement is funded from American Rescue Plan Act dollars, and the total cost of the contract is $250,000. Here with us today are Leah Evans, President and CEO, Maud Hill, Senior Vice President of Community and Government Relations, and Netta Whitman, Director of Housing Advisory Services, to answer any questions you may have on Homeport or their First-Time Homebuyer Down Payment Assistance Program. Thank you.
I'm sorry, was Maud gonna say anything, or do we just look for?
We can definitely talk if you would let us. So thank you for that, Sierra, and thank you, Director Schimmer. This is Leah Evans, President and CEO of Homeport. This is a long-term relationship we've had with the county, 20 plus years of providing down payment assistance. And as you all know, this is unprecedented times that we have been in. So we're tremendously grateful commissioners, for your willingness to support increasing. This is actually $250,000 from recovery dollars. This is outside of we annually would get about $100,000 from you all through your federal dollars that you get. We usually get that in the fall, but we found that we were already 10 more applicants approved past that money, and that was at the beginning of this year. And so came back with Director Shimmer and his staff and really thought through how do we continue to support buyers, low and moderate income buyers, to get into this market. If they find a house, we should be helping them buy it. And they were just as committed to that as we were. So we really appreciate the opportunity. Again, as you know, we're working with buyers that are in some cases as low as at 50% of the area median income, but they've done the work. They got the credit score. They've gotten a first mortgage lender. They find a house, and they just really need those gap funds to help them either pay for closing costs, down payment assistance, or in some cases even bring down that principal on the first mortgage so they can be a long-term sustainable payment to them. So it's been really tough work keeping buyers engaged in this market because of so many disappointments, because on average there's a 10-day closing turnaround that sellers want, because our sales prices in our county have gone up to an average of $349,000, and that's about a 13% increase from where it was last year. So we are really appreciative and thankful for your creativity and willing to put recovery dollars not just into rental assistance, which again, thank you for that, but also into being able to get people into ownership, to build their wealth and their wealth that they can pass on generation to generation. So thank you. Any question for us and our team, we're happy to answer.
Well, if there are no further comments or questions, I will move approval of resolution 493-21.
Commissioner Hood, it's 493-22.
493-22.
Stop trying to take us back.
Sorry.
We got enough people trying to do that. Second.
Moved and seconded voting, Commissioner O'Grady.
Yes.
Commissioner Crawley.
Yes.
Resolution number 493-22 has been adopted. Resolution
Thank
number.
you.
Thank you.
Resolution number 494-22. Amended resolution approving a development partner agreement with Thrive Companies for the purposes of the Ohio Department of Development Brownfield Redevelopment Program and authorizing the submission of that agreement in support of Thrive Companies' Brownfield Redevelopment Program grant application.
Commissioners, Jim Shimmer. On June 21st of 2022, the Franklin County Board of Commissioners passed Resolution 472-22, which approved a development partner agreement between Thrive Companies, formerly known as Wagon Runner Development, and the Board of County Commissioners. Economic Development and Planning staff were notified by a Thrive representative that a single parcel, parcel 010022766, had inadvertently been left out of the development partner agreement that was approved by the Board of County Commissioners. In conjunction with the Prosecuting Attorney's Office, it was determined that we should, in fact, amend this particular resolution to include that parcel and move forward with the development agreement. No other changes have been made to the development partner agreement since the June 21st approval. With the approval of the revised resolution, Thrive Companies will submit a grant application to the Ohio Department of Development's Round 3 Brownfield Remediation Program for property that's located at 800 King Avenue. The proposed development will include 590 apartment units, including 60 affordable units with structured parking and approximately 20,000 square feet of retail along King Avenue. The estimated project value is $110 million. Very significant project. This is just a small detail we needed to get cleaned up, and I would ask for your approval of this resolution this morning. On the call is Joe Reedy from Thrive if you have any questions, but I would ask for your approval of this resolution this morning.
All right. If there are no comments or questions, I will move approval of resolution 494-22.
Second.
Moved and seconded voting, Commissioner O'Grady.
Yes.
Commissioner Crawley.
Yes.
Resolution number 494-22 has been adopted.
Thank you.
Thanks. Next up, Job and Family Services.
Resolution number 49522. Resolution approving a contract extension for on-site case management services between the Franklin County Department of Job and Family Services and the Ohio Health Corporation in the amount of $192,541.87.
Good morning, Commissioners. Vivian Turner, Assistant Director. Per the contract, an FCDJFS case manager will be stationed on-site at both the Riverside and Grant hospitals to provide timely assistance in determining patient eligibility, primarily for Medicaid, but also for other agency programs. Ohio Health will reimburse our agency for the cost of each case manager, as well as to cover a portion of the costs of a supervisor in clerical support. The total amount over the 12-month term is not to exceed $192,541.87. This is the first of two optional 12-month extensions, included as a provision of the initial contract. All other terms and conditions are unchanged. And pending any questions, we request your approval.
There are no comments or questions. I'll move approval of resolution 49522.
Second.
Moved and seconded voting, Commissioner O'Grady,
Yes.
Commissioner Crawley.
Yes.
Resolution number 49522 has been adopted.
Thank you, Commissioners.
Thank you. Have a great day. Next up, we have Justice Policy and Programs.
Resolution number 49622. Resolution authorizing 3 subgrant award agreements for the provision of community-based services for individuals diverted from the prison system and/or at high risk for future criminal justice involvement through the FY 2022 Targeted Community Alternatives to Prison Grant in the amount of $210,000.
And Commissioners and County Administration, Rochelle Pride, Director for the Office of Justice Policy and Programs. This resolution supports 2 sub-grant award agreements from the Franklin County Municipal Court in support of their work release and electronic monitoring programs targeting eligible misdemeanants as defined by TCAP. One award is in the amount of $110,000, which will support the work release options. The second award is in the amount of $50,000, which will support electronic monitoring options. Both agreements will be in effect July 1, 2022 through June 30th of 2023. The Franklin County Municipal Court will also provide quarterly reports indicating the number of individuals served and the anticipated number of jail bed nights diverted as a result of the TCAP funding. This resolution additionally supports a sub-grant award agreement with Make a Day Foundation in the amount of $50,000 to support their Smart Justice Outreach Program designed to provide pop-up and mobile outreach services in Franklin County for marginalized communities, as well as those who have the criminal justice involvement and social determinants of health needs based on systematic data and processing. A lot of this will support up to, but not limited to, behavioral health, social services, and community benefits that promote housing stability and economic stability, as well as transportation access. The term of the agreement will be in effect from July 1, 2022 through June 30 of 2023. And it is anticipated that Make a Day Foundation will serve between 1,000 to 1,500 residents during the project period. This resolution does support goals number 4 and 9 of our Rise Together Blueprint. Pending any questions, we would seek approval of this resolution.
If there are no comments or questions, I will move approval of resolution 49622.
Second.
Moved and seconded voting, Commissioner O'Grady,
Yes.
Commissioner Crawley.
Yes.
Resolution number 49622 has been adopted.
Thank you. Have a great day.
Thank you. You too.
Thanks.
Next up, Sanitary Engineers.
Resolution number 49722. Resolution authorizing a private sewer agreement with 5M Builders LLC for a sanitary sewer main extension to serve 3836 Emmons Avenue.
Good morning, Commissioners. I'm Ryan Stowe with Sanitary Engineering. Sanitary Engineers requesting the authorization of a private sewer agreement with 5M Builders to extend the existing county sanitary sewer main on Emmons Avenue to service a new build at 3836 Emmons Avenue. The parcel located in the Leonard Park area of Mifflin Township does not have access to sanitary sewer, as it did not yet exist when the county brought sanitary sewer to the area in 2006. 5M Builders wishes to build a new single-family residence on the property and bring sanitary sewer to the parcel by constructing a private mainline sanitary sewer extension at their sole expense. The proposed mainline sewer extension will originate at a county-owned manhole located in the right-of-way on the north side of Emmons Avenue in front of 3832 Emmons, and will travel east approximately 75 feet within the right-of-way, where it will terminate in a manhole in front of 3836 Emmons. The sanitary engineers thoroughly reviewed the plans and specifications and is comfortable with assuming ownership through the process detailed in the private sewer agreement. In addition, the agreement has been reviewed and approved by the prosecutor's office in the city of Columbus. No easements are necessary for the improvement as it is confined to the right-of-way. Any questions or comments? Request the passage of this resolution.
If there are no comments or questions, I will move approval of 49722.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting, Commissioner O'Grady,
Yes.
Commissioner Crawley.
Yes.
Resolution number 49722 has been adopted.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good one. Next up, we have purchasing.
Resolution number 49822. Resolution approving purchases for various Franklin County agencies in the amount of $3,568,724.67.
Good morning, Commissioners. Megan Perry-Ballinier, Director of Purchasing. Joining me is Marlise Ryan, Economic Equity Administrator in the Office of Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion. Commissioners, this resolution requests your approval of 88 purchase orders for which the county auditor has pre-certified available funding. And Marlise will provide the supplier diversity data for this week. Good morning, Marlise.
Good morning, and thank you, Megan. We have for your approval today 8 purchase orders presented to award to 2 small and emerging businesses, 3 minority business enterprise, and 3 women business enterprise, totaling $90,527.20. The following agencies have provided opportunities for equitable inclusion to small businesses within Franklin County: Public Facilities Management, Animal Control and Care, Court of Common Pleas, Domestic Relations and Juvenile Court, and the Engineer's Office.
Thank you, Marlise. Pending any questions, Commissioners, we respectfully request your approval of this resolution.
If there are no comments or questions, I'll move approval of resolution 49822.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting, Commissioner O'Grady,
Yes.
Commissioner Crawley.
Yes.
Resolution number 49822 has been adopted.
Thank you. Have a great day.
Thank you. Last up, we have the Board of Commissioners, and I understand we have a public hearing. Can the clerk please read the public hearing?
Resolution to consider the adoption of the fiscal year 2023 tax budget for Franklin County.
I would like to open the public hearing for this resolution. Is there anyone here who would like to speak on this public hearing? Hearing and seeing none, I would like to close the public hearing and have the clerk read the resolution into the record.
Resolution number 49922. Resolution authorizing the adoption of the fiscal year 2023 tax budget for Franklin County.
Good morning again, Commissioners. Zach Telerik with the Office of Management and Budget. As stated, this resolution would authorize the fiscal year 2023 tax budget for Franklin County. Pursuant to Section 5705.28 of the Revised Code, the tax budget for the next succeeding fiscal year must be approved by July 15th, and the fiscal year for Franklin County is the same as the calendar year. The tax budget is a financial plan for the operations of the next fiscal year. It identifies how much money is expected from local, state, and federal sources, the anticipated carryover fund balances, and how much is needed to carry out governmental functions in the next fiscal year. The tax budget is submitted to the County Budget Commission and is required for the receipt of allocations from the local government fund and of the various property tax levies in the upcoming year. In addition, the Office of Management and Budget uses the tax budget to develop guidelines for county entities as they begin entering their 2023 budget requests, which will be incorporated into the annual appropriation measure that will be presented to you for approval in December. Thanks to the inclusion of the Coronavirus Local Fiscal Recovery Fund that was authorized by the American Rescue Plan, the county will not require the utilization of any general fund reserves in 2023. While inflationary adjustments are included in the calculations for 2023, the upcoming budget guidance will still include restrictions on requesting new initiatives given the one-time nature of this federal funding. Pending any questions, would ask for your approval of this resolution.
If there are no comments or questions, I will move approval of resolution 49922.
Second.
Moved and seconded voting, Commissioner O'Grady,
Yes.
Commissioner Crawley.
Yes.
Resolution number 49922 has been adopted.
Thank you, Commissioners.
Thank you. Madam Clerk, do we have any generalizations?
We do not.
Thank you. Are there any members of the media who would like to ask any questions or has comments? All right, hearing none, with no further business to come before the board, we are concluded. Thank you.